On May 9th, 2026, the Indiana Fever host the Dallas Wings at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis for the regular season opener. On paper, it is one game out of 44 on the schedule, but look closer, and this is unlike anything the WNBA has ever put on a court before. For the first time in league history, the four most recent #1 overall draft picks will share the same four in the same game. Aliyah Boston, drafted #1 in 2023. Caitlin Clark, drafted #1 in 2024. Paige Bueckers, drafted #1 in 2025. And Azzi Fudd, drafted #1 in 2026. 4 consecutive top picks, one game, one night. That has never happened before in WNBA history, and the circumstances that made it possible are worth understanding. Start with Caitlin Clark. In her rookie season, 2024, she was the most watched player in women's basketball. She averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game, was named Rookie of the Year, and turned the Fever into a must-watch franchise overnight. Season ticket demand in Indiana surged. National TV ratings for WNBA games climbed to levels the league had never seen before. The story was perfect until 2025 arrived and nearly broke it entirely. Clark entered the 2025 season carrying enormous expectations. She never got to meet them. A left quad strain in training camp delayed her start. Then came a right groin sprain that pulled her off the floor just as she was gaining rhythm. A left ankle bone bruise followed. 3 separate lower body injuries across a single season. She played just 13 games in 2025. Her efficiency dropped to 36.7% from the field and 27.9% from three-point range. Those are not the numbers of the player who took the league by storm in 2024. Those are the numbers of a player fighting through pain every time she stepped on the court. She did not let that define the offseason. At the start of 2026 training camp, Clark told reporters, "I feel great. I'm just really excited. This time last year, I was going through some things. More than anything, I'm really healthy, and I feel like I've put myself in a position to be as healthy as I can be." She declared herself 100% healthy, a phrase that carries real weight when you understand what the 2025 season took from her. Then came the preseason. On April 30th, 2026, the Fever hosted the Dallas Wings at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Clark's first home game in over 9 months. She played well, scoring 21 points in 16 minutes on 4 of 6 shooting. But in the third quarter, attempting a step-back three-pointer over Wings forward Alana Smith, she landed on Smith's foot and fell hard. Officials reviewed the play and upgraded it to a flagrant 1 foul. Smith had stepped into Clark's landing space. Clark limped to the bench, and the entire arena went quiet. She stayed in to shoot her free throws, going 11 for 13 from the line on the night, before being substituted out and not returning. The concern was immediate and understandable. After a season defined by injury, every fall, every limp, every moment of hesitation carries extra weight. But the update that came after was clean. Clark told reporters she'd landed hard on her kneecap, nothing structural. Head coach Stephanie White called it a sigh of relief and confirmed the early exit was pure precaution. 2 days later, Clark was not on the injury report for the preseason finale and was cleared to play. Now understand who she's playing against on May 9th. Paige Bueckers arrived in Dallas as the #1 pick of the 2025 WNBA draft. In her rookie season, she earned second-team WNBA honors and won the WNBA Rookie of the Year award. The only statistical weakness analysts pointed to was her three-point shooting. She shot just 33.1% from beyond the arc in 2025. She spent the entire offseason addressing it. In the preseason game against the Fever on April 30th, 2026, she went 4 for 5 from 3 in the first half alone and finished with 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting. She's in her second season and playing like a player determined to remove every question mark from her game. Next to her in Dallas is the player who was just selected #1 in the 2026 WNBA draft, Azzi Fudd. She and Bueckers are not just teammates, they're former econ backcourt partners who won an NCAA national championship the last time they shared a court. The Wings general manager, Curt Miller, said on draft night, Azzi Fudd is a true winner, competitor, hard worker, one of the most unselfish superstars at the collegiate level. In her preseason debut, Fudd played 16 minutes, scored 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting, and picked up 3 fouls. She's adjusting to the speed of the professional game, but the expectation from Dallas is not a slow build. The organization has sold out its season tickets for the 3rd consecutive year, and 36 of its 44 games in 2026 will be nationally televised. Rounding out the Fever side of this matchup is Aliyah Boston, the #1 pick from 2023 and a 2-time WNBA All-Star. When Clark was sidelined through most of 2025, the Fever kept the Fever competitive, and Indiana still made a surprising run to the WNBA semifinals. Boston is the glue of this roster, the player whose presence elevates everyone around her, and the reason Indiana enters 2026 as a genuine contender, not just a storyline. The Wings, for their part, are not arriving on May 9th simply as the visiting team. They finished 10-34 in 2025, a disappointing record that led to a head coaching change. New coach, Jose Fernandez, replaced Chris Cocklades, and the messaging from day one of his tenure has been direct. Change is coming, and we're going to win. He hasn't softened that language since. With Bueckers, Fudd, and a healthy Arike Ogunbale, who averaged 15.5 points and 4.1 assists in 2025, coming off her career worst year, Dallas enters 2026 with real pieces and a coaching staff demanding results. The question on May 9th is not simply who wins, it is what version of these players shows up. Does Clark come out attacking, drawing fouls, getting to the line the way she did in the preseason? Her 11 for 13 free throw performance was a preview of what a healthy, confident Clark looks like. She praised the officiating crew explicitly after the preseason game, noting, "I thought the refs did a really good job tonight. That's kind of been their focus going into this season." If the league is going to give her a better whistle in 2026, her efficiency numbers from 2025, the ones suppressed by injury and by physicality going uncalled, will not look the same. Does Bueckers continue her three-point shooting form from the preseason, or was that a single game in a low-stakes environment? Does Fudd settle in quickly enough to be a factor, or does the adjustment period stretch into the early weeks? Does Boston set the tone defensively and on the glass the way Dallas knows she can? Every single one of those questions gets answered on May 9th. 4 first overall picks in the same building at the start of a season that the WNBA is entering as its 30th anniversary year. With more national television coverage, more ticket demand, and more global attention than at any previous point in its existence. Caitlin Clark is healthy, Paige Bueckers is a year older and sharper, Azzi Fudd is making her regular season debut, and Aliyah Boston is the foundation that holds it all together. The game tips off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be nationally televised. There will be no shortage of storylines, no shortage of star power, and no shortage of reasons to watch every minute of it.
Drop thoughts in the comments, like, share, subscribe to Fast Break Daily